Bitcoin. Yesterday, it had a good move. Why did it have a good move yesterday? Well, because the stock market was rallying.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Gareth Soloway discusses Bitcoin's potential recovery to $90,000, exploring market signals and investor sentiment. Join him in this video for fresh insights on trends, challenges, and future opportunities in crypto.
Bitcoin. Let's talk some Bitcoin. I'll go to the big board to discuss it today. If we take a look at Bitcoin, yesterday it had a good move. Why did it have a good move yesterday? Well, because the stock market was rallying. All right, today it's pulling back. The stock market's coming in. So again, the risk-on, risk-off trade with Bitcoin continues to be the case. And I want to make a point here, folks. There's a lot of Bitcoiners out there that are watching, and I love that you guys watch. But we all want, including myself, that eventually this becomes the digital gold. The problem is once you start introducing ETFs, all right, it opens the door to investors that are really just trading stocks mostly, but now they're like, oh, let me dabble in some Bitcoin. Well, they're going to trade Bitcoin in the ETF, and the ETF, remember, if someone buys in the ETF, then the ETF buys Bitcoin, but the same thing works on the sell side, right? So if a Bitcoiner sells at the ETF, or someone new plays Bitcoin and buys the ETF but then sells it, then the ETF has to sell Bitcoin. And the reason I bring that to your attention is that it makes Bitcoin more in the short term a risk asset until it establishes itself as the digital gold, because those traders, those investors will be very likely to just dump everything in their portfolio when things get scary, including the Bitcoin ETF. They're not really in the mindset yet of a lot of the hardcore hodlers that are like, oh, Bitcoin, I'm just going to hold it forever, right? That's not the mindset that an ETF investor is in just yet. So just keep that in mind. Point being, we still have our resistance right up here. Okay, so we'll continue to watch that. So right up here is resistance. Here's our support zone right down here. I was kind of rooting for a rally and continuation because I had some altcoins that are long. We're in the money on some. We're slightly out of the money on others. But, you know, I still think there is a chance that we could trade up into this level. But inevitably, the path leads us down here. And I've been saying that for a while, that eventually we probably do hit this level. That level should be big support. My only question mark, if we go lower than this level, is the fact that I've been talking about this level for 6 months. Now everyone is talking about it. And when everyone talks about it, what does that mean? It means oftentimes that it's not gonna just stop here and make everyone right? It tends to make everyone wrong. That's the most likely outcome. And so it does mean either it doesn't get here or it goes below. And again, a lot of that will be determined by the stock market. All right, so just a couple tidbits there to understand.
Bitcoin's price surged by 4% in the last 24 hours. Reaching over $86,000 on March 20. This jump comes as markets reacted positively to the Federal Reserve's dovish signals. The Fed maintained its benchmark rate while hinting at 2 potential rate cuts later this year, easing concerns over prolonged monetary tightening. Lower interest rates make non-yielding assets like Bitcoin more attractive, and a calmer economic outlook has boosted risk-on sentiment among investors. Another key factor driving the rise is the increased accumulation of Bitcoin by long-term holders. Data shows that holders who have maintained their positions for over 155 days are now less inclined to sell, suggesting confidence in Bitcoin's future. While some profit-taking did occur when prices briefly dipped, the overall trend indicates that these long-term investors are committed to riding out market fluctuations. On the technical side, Bitcoin recently bounced off a key support level within its ascending channel, further fueling the upward momentum. This combination of supportive monetary policy, accumulating long-term holders, and strong technical rebounds has created a perfect storm that has propelled Bitcoin's price higher today.
Daily chart. This is the daily chart of the SPY. This doesn't reflect today's down move in the option in the S&P just yet, but nonetheless, what do we have? We have the down move into support. We had the choppiness this week. Now we're trading back down here at this point. Again, what are we doing? Are we forming a bearish pattern? That could be, folks. And again, we know that pattern. We just went over on an intraday S&P. Well, here it is on the daily chart. In fact, isn't that amazing, folks? If you look at the chart we just looked at in terms of the rollover in the S&P overnight, and then we look at the bounce, it's almost identical to what the daily chart is showing us as well. And this is, again, a good reference or reminder that patterns tend to repeat because they're based off human trading, right? And humans have subconscious ways of being, right? We all have subconscious things we're not even aware that we're doing it. But again, you have these same sort of patterns repeating, which is why technical analysis gives you a leg up. It's not a perfect solution. There's no 100% trader out there. But again, when you have patterns that repeat over and over again, we can make educated, high probability decision making that can put us at least on the right side most of the time. And that's super, super key. All right. So again, we have the S&P again into support here, bouncing on the daily chart, but again, starting to trade sideways, a lot of chop, which could be creating a bearish pattern that could spell trouble for the next couple weeks in the markets. And I just want to say again, Jerome Powell going to yesterday, he did say 2 rate cuts basically, but he also said that tariffs have now changed his ability to make an educated decision on whether or not inflation is going to come down. Is the new base of inflation 3%? Because it certainly seems like that. Essentially, if you look at what he was saying that sure, 2 rate cuts will throw you a bone on the market to the market investors, but there's a lot of uncertainty even to the Fed. And if there's one thing I know about markets, they hate uncertainty. They'd much rather know bad news, being certain of bad news, than uncertainty on which way it's going to go. And I've explained that to you guys many times before.
Bitcoin surged to 2-week highs on March 20, reaching nearly $87,500 on Bitstamp and settling around $86,000 as markets rallied on dual catalysts. The Federal Reserve's recent decision to hold interest rates steady brought relief to risk assets, easing investor fears about prolonged monetary tightening. Fed Chair Jerome Powell noted that inflation had eased significantly and emphasized a cautious wait-and-see approach, which helped calm troubled markets. This dovish stance has reassured investors, allowing Bitcoin and U.S. stocks alike to post healthy gains. Adding to the optimism are persistent rumors of a significant update in U.S. crypto policy. Whispers suggest that President Trump may soon announce a major shift in strategy, stirring excitement among traders and investors. Many view this potential policy change as a bullish signal that could further support Bitcoin's upward trajectory. Former BitMEX CEO Arthur Hayes highlighted that the recent dip around $77,000 might have been the bottom, and with renewed risk appetite, traders are now more prepared to bet on a stronger market. The technical landscape also adds to the positive sentiment, with Bitcoin trading above key resistance levels that have historically signaled a rebound. Analysts believe that an additional rally of around 8% could help Bitcoin reclaim its higher range and set a new momentum for the coming days. Overall, the mix of supportive Fed signals and the prospect of a major crypto policy update has created an exciting environment for Bitcoin, igniting optimism among both short-term traders and long-term investors alike. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.